Welcome back to another edition of Arizona Wildcats Insiders. I'm your host, Troy Hutchison. And just yesterday, the MLB draft wrapped things up. The 2-day event is officially over. All 20 rounds are in the books, meaning Arizona had 9 players drafted in this year's 2025 MLB draft. Everything was highlighted by Brendan Summerhill going in the first round with the 42nd overall pick to the Tampa Bay Rays, making it back-to-back seasons where Arizona has had a player selected in the first round, with Chase Davis going 21 to the St. Louis Cardinals, and now Brendan Summerhill going 42 to the Tampa Bay Rays. And then it goes into the second round with Aaron Walton getting selected in the 66th pick by the Cleveland Guardians. And then also local superstar, South Point star, Arizona Wildcat home run hitter, second all-time in home runs, Mason White got selected by the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 4th round there. And it was just one Wildcat after another all draft long. But it's not a surprise when you have the type of season Arizona had, getting to the College World Series, exceeding expectations, especially after ending the regular season on a little bit of a low note against Utah and Houston, and you go on this amazing run where your offense is clicking, your bullpen is clicking, you're getting timely hitting, you're getting quality starts. It's not a surprise that you're going to have drafted players, that you're going to have guys that other teams in the MLB want and want to develop and want to send to their farm system. So credit Chip Hale and his staff putting these guys in the right situation. And we've seen this as a slow progress for Arizona. From year 1 to Chip Hale making the tournament, year 2, again, making the tournament but not getting far, year 3, getting bounces at a regional at home. Things kind of looked a little bleak there. And now finally year 4, getting not only to the super regionals and upsetting North Carolina, but getting to Omaha and getting to the College World Series and ending a 4-year drought. I think it speaks dividends to the coaching staff and what they're able to do. Chip Hale, for the vision that he had for this program and the pride that he's taken in this program, being a former player that has won a national championship at Arizona. And the players, a program is as good as its players. Arizona has very talented players, has had very talented players, but this roster kind of went, I don't want to say overlooked, but a little under the radar. Mason White wasn't necessarily looked at as a superstar high school athlete coming out of, South Point, and Chip Hale believed in him. Brendan Summerhill was a very good player. Chip Hale helped develop him. Guzman from Boston College transferring to Arizona was kind of an overlooked catcher. Did a tremendous job. Aaron Walton transferring from Arizona, looked at as a okay addition in the outfield, is now a second-round draft pick and was one of the better offensive players on this team. I just think it speaks dividends to the coaching staff and what they're able to do, and just a really impressive job. But I want to look at that school up north, because I've been looking on social media, and they're celebrating too. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about ASU, Arizona State, Tempe Normal. They're celebrating up there right now because they had 9 players selected in the first 10 rounds of the MLB draft. And it's a great program historically in baseball. It's one of the blue bloods of college baseball. 5 national championships, countless All-Americans, countless MLB talent, some Hall of Famers as well, just like Arizona with Trevor Hoffman. When you have Barry Bonds and Reggie Jackson, it's a phenomenal list of star-studded talent. But have they been successful as of late? Has ASU been a good program? You can put guys in the MLB, but that doesn't make you a good program. You're going to have talent. Heck, you're in the Phoenix area. You should have talent. You're in the state of Arizona. You're close to California. There's a lot of kids in Phoenix. There's a lot of kids in Texas. You should have MLB talent. That's the bottom line. Same could be said for Arizona, and they've been able to do it. But to celebrate it, I don't know. You look at Willie Bloomquist, alumni of ASU, just like Chip Hale. They both take a lot of pride in their programs, and they're both very good coaches and very good men. But since Willie took over, ASU's only been to the postseason one time, and that was this season. Meanwhile, Chip Hale's made it every single year. despite losing a ton of players to LSU and Jay Johnson when Jay transferred to LSU. Took the coaching job to LSU. A lot of transfers followed his way, including a guy in Jacob Berry, who was a first-round draft pick in the MLB draft the following season. So Arizona had to overcome a lot of hurdles. And ASU, I'm not saying that they didn't, but the hurdles, I don't know. Maybe there wasn't hurdles to be had there in terms of star-studded talent transferring to another school, and the program was in a bad spot for them. But still, you're one of the major programs, and you've only made the tournament one time in the last 4 years. Meanwhile, Chip Hale's made it 4 times, gone into the College World Series, and gotten an extension because of it. And if you look at the history of Arizona State in baseball, it's a proud tradition. Both schools are powerhouse programs. Both schools have 4+ national championships. The rivalry is as heated as ever, just like college football for Arizona State. But I just find it odd celebrating. Celebrate the players. Good on the players for making the MLB draft. It's not an easy situation. It's not an easy accomplishment. Good on them. But to celebrate and say, oh, it's the most draft picks we've had since 1965. We're the MLBU. You haven't been to the postseason more than once in the last 4 years. You haven't been to Omaha and God knows when. What's there to celebrate? You can put guys in the MLB. You're going to get talent, but the product isn't there on the baseball field. If you look from 1980 to today, Arizona's won 3 national championships, 1980, 1986, and 2012. Meanwhile, the quote-unquote better program in ASU, they've won 1 in 1981. Oh, and by the way, one of those national championships that Arizona won over Arizona State came during that time. Arizona won a national championship in a national championship series over the Sun Devils. After the Sun Devils beat them all year long that season, Arizona finally got them in the final 2 games to win the national championship. So is ASU really the better baseball program? Have they put in better players in terms of just on average MLB guys like Ian Kinsler, Dustin Pedroia, Andre Ethier, and other names, Tuffy Gozowitz, Willie Bloomquist, Mike Leake? Yes, they've put in a little bit better MLB talent over the years. But Arizona has its Hall of Fame talent. Arizona has Kenny Lofton. Arizona has Trevor Hoffman. And Arizona's won more national championships in the modern era. They've won more national championships since 1980. They've been the better baseball program. They've been the more consistent baseball program. So my point is, yes, ASU is a powerhouse baseball program, but it's kind of a sleeping giant at this point. And Arizona, they're there. They've made it to Omaha. They've made it to Omaha twice in the last 5 years. They've won 3 national championships to ASU's 1. They've surpassed them as a program. I know overall ASU has 1 more national championship, but we're talking about championships before 1980, championships before 1970, where Arizona has won 3 since then. Well, if you include 1976, Arizona's won 4 of its titles since 1975. Arizona's been the more consistent baseball program over the course of the last 30, 40, 50 years. So I think it's time to start calling Arizona the premier baseball program in the state and not ASU. Both are blue bloods. Both are baseball powerhouses. But to act like Arizona State is a better baseball program than Arizona is ridiculous, and it's beyond ridiculous. And I think, good on Willie Bloomquist for making the tournament this season. I think ASU has a lot going for them. They have new facilities, just like Arizona. They copycatted the spring training facility idea. Arizona took High Corbett away from the Rockies after the Rockies left, and they renovated it and made a beautiful complex for college baseball. Arizona State did the same thing with the Giants' old spring training facility, and now they're able to get better recruits now because of it too. But you're kind of following the footsteps of Arizona, and Arizona's laid the groundwork. Arizona's been that program in the Big 12 and been that program in the Pac-12. Arizona's won also 2 conference tournaments during that 4-year span that ASU's done. So I think if you look at the grand scheme of things and the more recent history of these 2 programs, Arizona has surpassed ASU, and it's really not even a close conversation. Right now, the University of Arizona baseball team is a better program than ASU, and it is for this foreseeable future with Chip Hale at the helm and with the way things are working with Willie Bloomquist in Tempe.